What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Revival. My name is JJ, and it's time for some more pickups. I'd like to apologize for how cheesy that came off. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm kind of all over the place today. But yeah, so as usual, I have so many things that I've gotten recently because a bunch of things just kind of fell in my lap. And I'm super excited to point them all out. And I hope that I can get through this all without having to stop the camera and then do more, because there's a lot to get through and I tend to ramble, as I'm doing right now, as you can see. So some of these games came from Christmas, because it's been a while since I've done this. Some came from Christmas, some came from just me seeing something online and seeing it was discounted, picking it up there. Also, a couple of friends of mine gave me the hookup on some stuff, so I'm like, yeah, there's let's just jump into it. So we'll start with some Switch games. Two of these I believe I got for Christmas, and the third I just picked up on my own. So the first is Planescape Torment and Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition. Well, they're both Enhanced Editions, but I saw this for pretty cheap on Amazon, and I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to play Planescape Torment for a while, so I'm super excited to give that a shot at some point. This is one of those I probably won't get to for a while, but the fact that it's a dual pack with two games that have a pretty good reputation, I was really excited to try it out, so definitely looking forward to giving those both a shot at some point. And plus, I love Switch games and how they look on the shelf, so. I kind of wish I would have gotten a lot of these after I moved. Because it's just more to box up and move, and I have so many boxes of games right now, it's insane. Good problem to have, but when you're moving it kind of sucks. So the next two are ones that I got for Christmas. One is Luigi's Mansion 3. Super stoked to give it a shot. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. I have never played any of the Luigi's Mansion games, but I'm definitely looking forward to giving this a shot at some point, because I like Luigi. I've always liked Luigi better than Mario, and yeah, I really want to get into it. And last but not least, Kirby Star Allies. Got this for Christmas as well. I got excited for a second, then I choked on my spit. So I've been wanting this for a while, but Nintendo doesn't discount their stuff like ever, and I did not want to pay full price for this. But I got it for Christmas, so I didn't have to pay anything for it. So yeah, thank you, Mom. I was able to snag this. I haven't played it yet, but I really want to, because I think it looks fun, and I think it'd be kind of cool to. I heard it's really short. There's not a lot to it, but I think it'd be fun to have some friends over and just kind of run through this at some point. Just have some Kirby good times. That's a thing, right? Sure. Okay, so PS4 games. Here we go. First one is Death Stranding. If I haven't already released it, I do have a video coming out going over how I feel about this game and how all over the place it is. So look forward to that one. Because yeah, I am all over the place with this. So yeah, Death Stranding. I can't tell you whether this is awesome or not, because you have just watched the video and you'll see why I can't say. You'll see. Another one, Dragon Quest Builders 2. Super excited to get into this. I love the first game. Had a really good time with it. Originally planned on getting it on the Switch, but I saw this discounted pretty deep, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick it up on there. That way I can get my trophies And plus, I heard the multiplayer wasn't as great as I was hoping for. Yeah, so I was kind of like, I was hoping I could play through the whole campaign just with a group. Apparently that's not the case exactly, so a little disappointing there, but either way, I love the gameplay in the first one, and I believe this one has music from Dragon Quest VI, which I just finished last year, so I'm really excited to dive into it at some point and finally get to that one. Another one that I probably won't play for a bit, but I was, excited to try out because I have heard really good things about it, and that is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I love it, and I honestly, anything Star Wars, even if it doesn't interest me at first, I do plan on getting it eventually, and that was the case with this. I wasn't sold on it in the beginning, but at the same time I was like, it's still Star Wars. When it gets discounted, I will inevitably pick it up. So there you have it. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting to that at some point as well. Next one, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I didn't really know much about this other than people who have played it swear by it. And I didn't really have, I never really gave it a second thought either. However, after the Game Awards and they showed the video, the trailer for the new one, I was like, damn, it looks pretty amazing. Saw this was discounted really, really cheap, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to pick it up because it's, like I said, everybody who has played it swears by it and says it's incredible. So I definitely want to give it a shot, and I find Viking lore fascinating and stuff, so I'm going to give it a shot at some point. I can't wait to dive into it. Next one, game I'm currently playing right now, and that is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Of course I was going to pick this up. Dragon Ball is like, I love it. I love it. It's my favorite anime ever. It's the best for me. I adore every single saga, every single series. It's great. As I said, I'm playing it right now. If you're not a DBZ fan, you might not find a ton to love here. The gameplay is very boilerplate. There's nothing that really stands out and screams like, oh man, this is a new mechanic that we've never seen before. This is incredible. I can't believe, now I really want to get into Dragon Ball and check out the show. I don't think it's going to do that for anybody. However, if you are already a Dragon Ball fan, this will hit you right in the feels from beginning to end. There's nods to original Dragon Ball series. There's characters all over the place. Stuff that you like, little side characters become, there's side quests and stuff in this, but you'll get introduced to them again, and you haven't seen them in a while. And it's just really, really fun to be able to go into this, not completely open world, but like, imagine, like, there's points on a map, like a Mario, like a Super Mario World or something, and you go to the little point, and then you go into that level. And then inside that level, in this, there's just a big, wide open playground for you to explore and fight and do side quests. And the side quests are very, very, again, boilerplate, very bare bones. Just, hey, find me 3 of these and bring them back. Go fight this guy and protect this village or something. Just really, really basic stuff. But the fact that it's got all these nostalgic characters and it's a love letter to fans, for sure. And the RPG elements are actually pretty interesting. You don't just level up by fighting and gaining experience. You also have like a game board where you have little coins with character faces on them that have different abilities that you can mix and match and form combos with to increase your power and stuff. There's some surprising depth in that, but again, I think for fans this is great. For non-fans, it's going to be just a very, very simple average game where it's not going to be anything that they're going to be writing home about. So, I love it though. Okay, so 2 other things. One, let's do this so we can get out of the way. So, my new podcast, Pixel Perspective. Every time I try to say it, I screw it up. I don't know why. Adrian, I don't remember what brought it up, but I know I mentioned saying I need to get another Super Nintendo because my Mine, I didn't have anymore. And he was like, well, I've got an extra one if you want it. And so he sent me his extra Super Nintendo. Not only that, okay, so got myself a Super Nintendo. Super stoked about that because I have needed one for a while. I've got a handful of games that are just staring at me from my shelves that I want to play on this thing. So super excited there. He also sent me, I'm not going to unfold this whole thing. If you go to my you go to my video when I went to E3, I think 2015, I also got something similar. So it's just basically a massive tote bag for Final Fantasy XIV that is just really, really beautiful. And it was just in there. So it was like, thanks, dude. Like, you really, it's too much. So, as if that wasn't enough, he also, because I have now Final Fantasy III on Super Nintendo in the box, it came with a map, though, and I do not have the map. Well, he did. And so he gave me the map to Final Fantasy III on Super Nintendo, which I can now add to my game. And I'm not going to attempt to do that on camera again, because last time I did that, it was a disaster, and I got really frustrated because I couldn't open the box correctly, because I'm kind of a dummy. So, in addition, he also sends me a text before he sends all this out and says, hey, do you have a Grandia Extreme on PS2? I was like, no. And he goes, okay, you do now. I was like, what? So he sent me Grandia Extreme on PS2 because he had an extra copy, and he just freaking sent it to me. And I don't even know what to say, man. Thank you so much, because like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Thank you for real for all this stuff. So I'm super excited, and I want to get more into the Grandia series in general. I've only played and beaten Grandia 2, so I am stoked to have that. Stoked to have all this stuff. The map? Are you kidding me? And there were a bunch of controllers in there too. I'm not going to bring all those out, but there are a bunch of Super Nintendo controllers as well, so super excited to have those. Thank you, Adrian. You were the man. Yeah, really appreciate it. Okay, so this next bit is Brian, one of the guys who I did the Frozen North with, was his brother is a game collector. Was, I should say. Getting rid of his collection. I don't know that he'll get rid of everything necessarily, but he is going digital, and he's kind of just trying to get rid of some of the physical stuff. So he shot me a message one day and said, hey, I'm getting rid of my stuff. Before I put this stuff on eBay and try to get rid of it, I'll give you first crack at it. If there's anything you want, I know you collect. And I was like, yeah, totally. So the guy gave me a spectacular deal on these things. I went over to their house, looked at his whole collection, and I picked out a handful of things that that I thought looked great, and I was like, the deal that he gave me was amazing. So first up is Kudelka on PS1. I have been wanting to try this for a while. It's a horror-ish RPG that is the precursor to the Shadow Heart series, which also he had. So I now have all these games in my collection, and I'm super stoked because I've wanted them for a while, and I have had so many requests. Have you played this yet? Are you going to? Like, what the heck? I thought I had Shadow Hearts for a while, and I didn't, apparently. But I am going to be diving into those for sure at some point, absolutely. Next were some boxed games. TMNT2, the arcade game. I cannot talk today. For NES. This is one of my favorite NES games. I played the hell out of it, and now to have it boxed, and God, the condition is good. Like, holy crap. I'm super stoked to have this, and God, just looking at these boxes and looking at the backs and reading the descriptions, and man, thank you, Kyle. Thank you so much. Final Fantasy, the original, in box. I am blown away. I have this game, but I have wanted the boxed copy for a long time, and now I do. So I am floored that that this was another one that he had and he was just willing to part with. So again, man, I don't need to go into depth in this game and how much this whole series means to me. So yeah, amazing. Next up, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I wish he had Final Fantasy 2, because that's now the one that I'm missing as far as the Final Fantasy games on Super Nintendo. But I was so stoked to see this on there. And these are in great condition too, so it's just awesome. And he did a really good job taking care of his stuff. These are all in plastic sleeves as well, so yeah, really excited to have this box as well. And then Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. I saw this sitting there and I was like, you know what, I love that game. I don't know how well it holds up because I haven't played it in years, but Shadows of the Empire and N64 I did play a lot of. I must have played that opening Hoth battle hundreds of times as a kid. I would just play that and then finish it up. And then I would, go back and play some of the space battles and everything because I love the ship combat and everything. This was a really, really fun, great game for me back in the day and super nostalgic to see, and love having the box now. So yeah, man, those are my pickups. So thank you so much, Adrian. Thank you, Kyle, for the amazing deal. Thanks, Mom, for the Christmas presents. and I am thank you, Amazon, for your discounts sometimes, I guess. But I'm floored, and this is more stuff that I have to move, but it's fine because I'm really happy to have it in the collection. So yeah, there's more pickups, and hopefully I'll save some money and there won't be a huge, there'll be a bit of a gap before my next pickups video because, dang man, I have so much to play. But I'm so glad to have this stuff in my collection now. So anyways, thank you again for watching. Share, like, comment, all that fun stuff. And as always, keep on gaming.